Welcome and happy Sunday. It is a beautiful love and entrepreneurship Sunday. Why do I say it's a beautiful Sunday and it's very, very dreary outside? Because it's a beautiful love Sunday. If you are a cuddle and movie person, then it's a perfect Sunday for you. So, this Sunday, we are very proud to bring on Marcus and LaFlower Bowie, who are serial entrepreneurs, and we want to hear from them. I'm super excited because they have a lot going on, and I want to hear from them about everything that they have going on. So without further ado, Marcus and LaFlower Bowie.
Hello. Hey everybody, welcome to our home studio. We're still in the mix though. We're super glad to be here, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So tell me what it is that you do respectively.
So we are obviously, we're parents of 8 children. We're serial entrepreneurs. I'm actually starting a new job pretty soon, but I was in the telecommunication industry for 17 years. So I had a regular 9-to-5, a W-2. I'm also a hustler when it comes to sneakers. I have a sneaker business.
Oh.
We also together, we have a travel business. We have a health and wellness business. And my wife has a plethora of things she's in, from coaching, ministry, Arthur, you name it, she can do it. So, I let her speak on that.
About the real estate.
And the real estate. How can I forget that? I'm actually in the process of getting my license to become a realtor. So that's in the works as well.
Awesome. So we know who to call because we're looking to purchase a home next year. So
Gotcha.
We know exactly who to call. So that's a lot.
Yes.
Guys, and 8 kids.
Yes.
How?
That was we are a blended family. We are a blended family. So when we got together, he had 1, I had 3, and now we've had 4 together.
Yes.
But y'all still have hair.
I mean, right.
Our oldest is a junior in college. She'll be 22 this year, and our youngest turned 4 months last week.
So we have them in all ranges. We got college, high school, elementary, and now like newborn.
Oh, well, see, y'all got live-in babysitters, in other words.
Pretty much, yes. We got lots of help.
Right.
Awesome. That is so inspiring. It really is. I always wanted to have, like a really big family like that. And, it just, that just didn't happen. And that may be for the best. Cause like I said, I don't see how you guys still have hair. You didn't pull it all out, but I definitely commend that. That is amazing. So how do you manage your time with all of that?
I call it organized chaos. It took us a while to get to a really good place because we look at our family as our first business. It's a true corporation that we have to run, from budgeting to the kids are like employees sometimes. They got benefits. The babysitters want to be paid on time. They cash out with their bank accounts. But with managing everything, it's really us staying in our own lanes and doing what we thrive at individually and coming together. Other thing is, like, my husband he's the head, he's the CEO of the corporation. And he owns his role very well, and we follow his lead, with me being that helpmeet for him to make sure this organized chaos keeps rolling.
That is amazing. I love that. I mean, you guys seem so together. You're so calm. You're not, I mean, your chaos is indeed organized. It's not just, because I promise
No, we can't have that.
I'm like that with my 3 children, and 2 don't live with me. So I'm like that. So I definitely commend you guys, for that. So what exactly do you have anything scheduled for? What's your next move? What are you doing next?
As far as business, next we are actually starting to do, I was already doing retreats with my coaching and ministry, but this October we'll be hosting our first couples retreat. So we're excited about adding that onto it.
Yay! That is awesome.
Yes. Yeah, we are super excited.
I'm curious, where do y'all keep y'all capes?
They're under their shirt.
They're invisible.
Because from what y'all are saying, y'all sound like modern day superheroes. I mean, maintaining a house, maintaining multiple businesses, and keeping the sanctity of the relationship intact. Superheroes.
We want to be
appreciate it. Well, I will say one thing, it's true. When you do things that you love, it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like stress. Right. So Marcus has always been into fashion and sneakers and watches, accessories, colognes. Since that's one of the things. I let him. And now he's, adding into, a more distinguished gentleman type of fashion into what he's doing. And so by him having his sneaker business, it's just second nature because he loves it. Same thing for me with ministry and coaching and travel and things like that. And it's what we were already doing. Now we're just figuring out how to monetize on those things. Same thing with our health and wellness. We started that back in December, but we were already transitioning to, more of a plant-based diet, getting just exercising and moving more. And so adding that on, it didn't really impact us too much because it was already a part of our lifestyle.
Right.
You know what? And that's kind of like what happened with us, me being a chef and with her, and we were entrepreneurs. So, when she had her surgery, then I had to change the way that I cooked, and I had to cook a lot more healthier. I had to find different ways to extract some of the same flavors. I got really, really creative when it came down to having meals. And I know if you ever seen any of my work on Facebook, you know that I cut up.
Oh yeah, I told Lysa the other day, I'm like, we're gonna have to,
right?
Because that food looks good, right?
Right. He's very creative, and it sounds like, I mean, that's pretty much what you guys are doing. You're taking whatever you were already doing and just making it a way for you to make money off of it. And I think that you doing the coaching thing, that's excellent because people need to know that. People need to hear that. A lot of people think that entrepreneurship is super, super hard when it's something that you're already doing. And you just need to learn how to monetize it because somebody else is, somebody that doesn't know you on a personal level, somebody that doesn't know where you live or know that your little 2-year-old likes banana flavored, such and such. Somebody that doesn't care to know those things, they're going to get the money from them. And why not you? They patronize your business when you do care about them and you do know where they live and you do know to take them soup when they're sick or whatever.
And you know what is funny? What's funny is and even though I've been an entrepreneur, I had no sense or concept of this until I got with her.
So were you both entrepreneurs when you met?
I can answer that no. Not at all. And I'm similar to his story where I was raised in a family where you grow up, you go to school, you go to college,
right?
You get your degree, get your job, get your career, you retire after 40 years, and you live happy. So I didn't really understand entrepreneurship until I got with this lady right here. This is like the hardest working woman I've ever met in my life. And so she introduced me to entrepreneurship because, I heard about it, I knew about it. Of course, you see it, but it's like, that's just not my thing. I'm not going to do that. It's a little taboo for me. But when I saw her actually engrossing herself into it, and I think her first venture was I think
Mary
it
Kay.
Mary Kay. I think when I came along, it was like WFG, it was like insurance or something like
Right, I
that.
was in the financial services and
Right.
stuff. Mhm.
And I saw her hustle, and I was like, you know what? This makes sense because at the end of the day, we all want pillow money. We want
Passive.
that passive income coming in where we don't have to work for every dollar we make. And she always instilled that like, hey, we need to get out here in these streets. We need to make this pillow money. We have to leave a legacy for these kids. And I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. And so off her hustle, I learned how to be an entrepreneur. I had to find my lane of entrepreneurship because some of the stuff she would bring me in, I'm like, I'm like,
You know what? I'm telling you, when I understand fully because, like I said, I was a barber, and I was a barber for 6 years, and so like I said, I knew about the being an entrepreneur. I mean, being an independent contractor. I mean, that's pretty much what the game is. Yeah, I thought I knew about yet, and still I thought.
right,
I just I want to accent. I thought
right.
I knew about being an entrepreneur when I seen this lady here
Mhm.
do what she do.
Yes.
I was like, look, okay. This is where this is what I was missing. Okay. Then as I started to kind of get back into it, and I started to not necessarily do what she was doing,
Mm-hmm.
but take what she was doing and make it me. And that I tell you, like, she took me to a whole nother level. Like my grind, my hustle, and just like how I even facilitate my businesses, how I manage like this lady here.
It's a game
I
changer.
love it.
It's
I love
definitely
it.
a game changer. And you can be an entrepreneur in your own lane. And just because when you see somebody else and you see how they do their hustle, you could take a page from their book and not do the exact same thing that they did. And I think that that's definitely, kind of what happened because he was entrepreneurial before, but now, and every time I come, sometimes he makes that same face to me because I just started 2 new businesses over the weekend. And he was like, what is it? Really? One of them though, he was like, okay, I'll do that one. And the other one, he was like, really? I don't know.
And she sat down, we talked about it, and after we talked about it, I was like, okay.
Makes sense.
Okay, well, I'll get in on this one and this one.
So is
But I think that
how you balance it?
right.
So what does that look like?
Oh, when it comes to balance, ooh,
Good question.
the balance has been a tightrope walk for us because it's a very fine line between understanding that in balance, there's really no
I was
balance.
about to say there really is no balance.
Right.
The thing about it to make it work is communication. You have to be clear in your goals, what your agenda is with your partner. And the biggest thing is if you have kids, is sitting down to understand why mommy and daddy are not going to be at home, why mommy and daddy have to hustle, why we're doing certain things. Because you want to make sure all pieces in the family understand what the agenda is. And I think communication is key, not only with entrepreneurship, just in your marriage and relationships, period. You have to talk. You have to get differences out. You have to get goals, be on the same page. And I was going to bring up the fact of initially when my wife was an entrepreneur and I wasn't actually in that lane yet. I think a lot of people feel like they have to be an entrepreneur because their spouse is an entrepreneur. I just feel sometimes that you just have to be supportive and understanding of their journey and their walk and what they're doing.
Right.
And you have to be secure in what they're doing because with my wife, she was working with other men. She was working long hours. She was working weekends and certain things. She was gone. So you have to be, as a partner, understanding the journey, the vision, the goals. At the same point, you have to produce also. You can't just be out there saying, hey, I'm gonna go out here and do this, but they don't see the results of.
There's no fruit.
So
There's no
I do
money.
want to say that I feel like some people feel like, and I see it all the time, they feel like because my wife or my husband is an entrepreneur, I got to do that. Like, you don't have to do that. Just be supportive and understanding. Because I see a lot of husbands and wives, they're not supportive of. And it makes that person's entrepreneurial journey so hard. They're going to get to the point where they're going to fizzle out. It's like, look, I can't do this. I can't fight you and run a business at the same time.
Ooh, that's good.
So,
you can't fight you and run a business at the same time.
It's real. Well, he brought a word today. I mean, and I have lived through that. I really have. And that's why I was single for almost 2 years. Just, for that reason, because people don't understand that. They will be quick to say, just go get a job.
Exactly.
But it's funny because it didn't necessarily start out the fact that, because I was working at the VA, and I was in corporate America, and it got to the point where I was like, okay, well, hey, I need my time. I want my time.
Yes, it's very valuable.
So we would fight tooth and nail about it. Well, I got to get out here and I got to make this and I got to do this but I want my time. Like,
we had to learn how to schedule it.
And so what happened was we had to learn how to schedule it. But when I started back into being entrepreneurial and started my businesses and stuff like that, I understood fully what was going on because of the long hours and then it started becoming reciprocal. And so I was like, oh, okay. I can't really trip.
Right. And I did the same thing. I would do that.
Yeah.
He would be late cutting hair because he'll cut 6 heads and I go to bed early. So 10 o'clock, that's late. That's super late to me. So if you're still cutting heads at 10 o'clock, and I mean, it's not like I don't know that's what you're doing because I clearly hear you. That's what you're doing. And you're still cutting heads. I want my time. I want my time. And so he was like, oh, okay. I understand where you're coming from. So that's where we learned to make our balance. So was that ever an issue with you guys where you were wanting your time? Uh-oh.
I think we might have lost.
Oh, no, we lost our guests. They'll be back.
They'll definitely be back.
Kimberly Green says, balance in the relationship as well as outside is extremely important. It takes effort. It absolutely does.
Yes, it does. It really does. And, we was able to overcome it sheerly through continuous communication until each point was actually clarified, and it took actual conscious effort, and we came together and we did that, and then it just kind of blossomed into where it is and what it is that we're doing now. So it has been a very good journey. I mean, even with any bumps in the road, because I mean, hey, growing pains is what I call them.
Right, growing pains.
Because you're not gonna be 100% in agreement with somebody 100% of the time.
Right.
And if you are, then something is wrong.
Yeah, there's something not right with that.
Something is not right because
somebody is compromising too much. Somebody is bending too much. And that's never going to be a good outcome, because when you're bending too much, then you're going to build up resentment.
Right. And the resentment is just a decay on a relationship, because it eats away at you, almost similar to a point of being just a disgruntled person in a relationship that's just draining your partner dry. It's never a good thing. But I mean, hey, We tend to make it work.
They're back, yay! So we're gonna pick up where we
Hey,
left
that's why
off
you
with the
gotta have
buoys
high
right after this
spice.
quick commercial break.
If you're looking for healthy meal prep, family-style meals, or catering for your next event, look no further than the East Traveling Square Kitchen with Chef Square, Alan Phillips, specializing in soul food, family-style dining, and southern flavor. Chef Square can adhere to dietary needs like keto and bariatric meal prep without compromising on taste. Take advantage of weekly meal plans like the Starter Pack, 5 meals for $75 with 3 entree choices. Additional meal plans and contact-free delivery is available. Contact Chef Square of the East Traveling Square Kitchen today at 832-495-8836 and tell them Stunner Radio sent you.
Welcome back to Love and Entrepreneurship with our special guest, the Bowies. Lysa Danae said, Marcus said a mouthful. Most people are too insecure or intimidated to date an entrepreneur because we make our own way. That is absolutely correct. And I hate to say it because I don't want to be sexist, but that's definitely a mindset with female entrepreneurs. So was that ever an issue with you guys? Was it ever an issue with I want my time or I want my time? Was that ever an issue?
Oh yeah. Definitely. We've definitely been through our struggle of finding that balance and the unbalance. One of the things that we've done was scheduling getaways. Even before we had a travel business, we scheduled weekends away because we knew that we had to kind of make up and catch up to make sure that we never lost sight of each other's feelings and that we were both still headed towards the same goal. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. So when you have your weekends away, is it no business at all and just couple time?
Oh yeah, we definitely, it's all about couples time. I mean, when you have 7 kids inside the house, 1 outside, and then we also have a dog, and I have a mother-in-law inside the house as well. Our house stays on 10. So when we have the opportunity to get away, like we just came back from Austin, what was it, last week or so?
Last weekend.
Yeah. It's really not about business. It's about getting back to dating one another, getting back to the basis of who we are. Because actually, after everything, our family, we are the foundation of everything. So we have to make sure that we're whole, we're good, we're communicating, we're vibing, we're detoxing, we're unplugging. Now, don't get me wrong, we'll have moments like, hey, I thought of something that we can tweak as far as marketing, or I think we need to go down, do this certain thing, or have you thought about branching off and doing this, or have you contacted this person about this? We'll talk a little bit about it. I would say probably like 10%,
right.
10-15%.
Naturally it'll come up, but a lot of the stuff that we do talk about in our time is going to be a lot of personal development, like sharing stuff that, hey, I heard this, or hey, we need to try this, or man, we can do this for the kids to help them level up in their finances and help them save. So it's more than business. It's, if we do talk about things, it's a lot of, like I said, personal development stuff that we're just sharing with each other.
I mean, because I feel like when you're on vacation, you're on vacation. It shouldn't be about work. And we should have a habit of sitting at the table. We'll be at a restaurant and she's on her phone, I'm on my phone, and it's like we're not talking. Or I'll put my phone down, she's on her phone, and I'm looking at her like, hello, and then vice versa. So we got to the point where it's like we put phones down, face down. I don't want to see it, because actual habit is you'll see a ding or notification, you're going to look, or you're going to get your phone. So you want to be engaged. That's our thing. We just want to put each other first when it comes to our vacation time. It's like we can deal with all the business stuff when we come back. So, yeah.
You know what? That's why I got a smartwatch.
But that's defeating the purpose.
Because this bad boy still goes off, and so I got to turn the notifications off on this thing too, because it will still, when those notifications come in, it pulls me away from the conversation that I'm having with him, and I'm listening, but I may be thinking about what I just saw in that text message, And and it kind of sometimes it may disrupt the mood. So I just got in the habit of just turning the phone over and turning off all of my notifications. And the kids know, like, if it's a true emergency, they know, what to text or what to send, so that we'll pay attention. But we block them out too. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. I definitely think
I
that's
mean,
important.
yeah, I was about to say, because what we do is, I mean, of course, it definitely comes up. I mean, because I mean, we're entrepreneurs, and there are a lot of endeavors that we are now undertaking with each other. So, like, of course, there's going to be those times in which where you're to bring it up or anything. What I do is I prioritize my conversations. So this is how I do it. If I'm talking to my wife, and if I see a notification, and I'll do it, and I'll be talking, and I'll look down, and okay, and keep going on. Now if it's something that is critical, or something that's an emergency, then of course it's going to take my attention. Other than that, anything that I know that can wait until after this conversation has been had, then it's gonna wait.
Right.
So I mean, like I said, I prioritize,
Right.
and people know that hey, if you call me and I don't answer the phone, give me about 30 to 45 minutes, because most oftentimes I'm either in a conversation with my mom or my wife. Anything else, I'll pick up the phone right then. But if I'm in a conversation with my mom, or if I'm in a conversation with my wife, then those two take precedent.
Do you find that it's imperative to let people know exactly what you have going on? Like, if you're going to take a vacation or a break, then you're going to let your kids know that you're unreachable at this particular time. Let the people around you know that unless it's critical, don't call me.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We're sorry, guys. I think Xfinity is having an outage. If we're a little choppy, but yeah, we definitely do notify our circle of everything that we have going on. When I'm going on trips, I'm sending my circle, my inner circle, my itinerary. The older kids know, like, everybody knows what's going on. If we're starting something new, we let them know, like, hey, we're adding this on. So everybody knows when we're taking breaks. They know, they're very informed.
So, are your children entrepreneurial as well?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So our oldest, she's, like we said, a junior in college. She is she's at the point where we have her prep to start her own credit trade line business. Because we've worked with her. She's racing the 800s. She's in the mid 700s now. And so she'll be starting her own trade line business so that she can start earning passive income. She's also working on, because she's going to school to be a doctor, health and wellness is important to her. So she is in the process of designing her own workout clothing line. And let's see, our 10-year-old, she's starting a t-shirt business. Our 15-year-old, she wants to open up her own gym, but she's selling her artwork because she's an artist as well right now. And so, yeah, we've instilled the importance of building a strong financial foundation. But also, if some of our kids do want to go, have a regular 9 to 5 and go into corporate America, we're also showing them how to leverage that W-2, max out that 401k, understand the difference between, an IRA, a Roth IRA, those things, so that when they do go out into the workforce, they'll be super prepared.
That's amazing. Big kudos to you guys for not just raising 8 kids, but raising 8 great kids. That's amazing. So, if you would give advice to someone entering into your situation, what would you tell them?
When you say situation, as far as like with multiple blended family, XO family, or
both blended families and being entrepreneurial?
Well, I would say with the blended, honestly, what we didn't do, and I would say what would help with blended family, and I don't want to get off topic because this can go down a whole rabbit hole, but I think counseling is very good for blended families. Because sometimes as the partner coming to, like for instance, with my wife, she had children already, and I'm coming into a situation, but I'm just in this scenario, if you find a woman that has children, obviously there was a dad there. There might be complications with that relationship. Children might feel a certain type of way about you dating their mom. So I feel like some things need to be talked out. And I think counseling is a good way, or like they say, therapy is a good way of helping, because that could have curved a lot of things that we went through. Some of the time, some of the years that we just walked around angry and frustrated. Uh, Unbeknownst to everybody else, we're dealing with things like from our past, and it's affecting our relationship now. And so I think that's a big thing, component as far as like therapy and counseling with blended families. Now, as far as entrepreneurship, what do you think, babe?
With entrepreneurship, I would say look beyond yourself. I'm super big on coaching, not just because I'm a coach, but I became a coach because I wish I had somebody to help me along the way, to coach, to mentor me, to really understand where I'm currently at, and be able to see the vision of where I want to go. And that comes with, and that coach may just be you buying a book and reading it.
Mm.
That may be you listening to, going to YouTube University and watching videos. That may be you paying some money, going to some conferences. And then as your income grows, then your personal development can grow, and you'll see that your business will grow as well. So you can start off for free, like I said, buying books, downloading stuff, going to YouTube, and then upgrade, start going to conferences, join mastermind sessions. And then when your income can afford it, then get some one-on-one coaching or a mentor. I say hold the coattail of someone who's in a position or headed in the direction that you want to go in, and tell them, I want everything. I want everything. I kind of equate it to Elijah and Elisha in the Bible. And he says, I want that. I want, like, give me your mantle. And he was right there with him. Every step, every city he went to, he was right there because he understood where he was at and how he was able to operate. So when it comes to entrepreneurship, a lot of people get into entrepreneurship thinking that I just want to do this because I don't want to work for anybody. That's one of the most incorrect statements that a lot of us make, because at the end of the day, you're still going to be working for somebody. Whether you're working for your spouse because you got to come home with some money, with some bags, whether you're working for your children because you got to stay true to those commitments that you made for them. And then when you really get into big business, you're working for your shareholders, you're working for the board. So going into business just because you don't want to work for somebody, that shouldn't be the mindset that we should have as an entrepreneur. So that's the advice that I would give.
That's amazing. That's really good, especially the therapy. As far as the blended families, that could save a lot of people a lot of headache, and heartache. But the Black community does shy away from therapy and counseling, so that would probably be a difficult message to get across. But I definitely think it's relevant, and that's a whole word right there. We really need to be accountable enough to do that. And there's not anything wrong with saying that there's something in you that needs to be fixed, but it's amazing when you fix it. Be accountable enough to fix it. Kimberly Green says, what about me time? Do you schedule your me time weekly, daily, etc.?
Oh, it's daily, it's weekly, it's whenever. We just have a little bit of 5-10 minutes. We pull each other to the side, talk to each other, cuddle, whatever, wherever we got to do just to be in each other's presence.
Right. And then when it comes to like individually, sometimes you got to wake up early. Sometimes you got to go to bed late. Right now, my husband wakes up at 4 a.m. every single morning to make sure that he has his personal time where he's doing his personal development. He's doing his spiritual development. He's working out, grinding in the garage at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, because he knows that at a certain time, my household is going to wake up and have to be present for my wife. I have to be present for my kids. And for me, I'm understanding of that. Yeah, I don't want my husband to leave the bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I know he doesn't want to leave the bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. But when I understand that's his self-care, making sure that he's taking care of his body inside and out. And for me, he knows when I need time, he knows I do, and then he's gonna protect that space for me and make sure that I'm not bothered. And so we understand that in order for us to be great together, we have to be great individually, mentally, physically, and emotionally.
And you
Was that
have to be
always hard?
intentional. Everything has to be intentional.
Was that a
That's what
hard
you mean.
thing?
What was that?
Was that a hard thing to learn?
Oh,
To be intentional?
Well, to protect each other's me time.
I think it came once Marcus knew that I was guarding his heart and I knew he was guarding mine. And we knew that we couldn't grow, we couldn't achieve the massive goals that we've set for ourselves and our family being up each other's butt all the time. Sorry, sorry to say that, but because there was a time when we were talking about it last night. There was a time at the beginning of our relationship, I was on maternity leave. He took a leave. We both not working, just looking at each other. You cannot accomplish goals just sitting in the house or the apartment at that time, just looking at each other. And so I need Marcus to be the man that God created him to be. He needs me to be the woman that God created me to be so that we can grow and accomplish these goals together. So once we realize that, then it's like, no, I need you to go work out, because you going to go work out and you reading the Bible and or doing your, whatever you have to do, your meditation. That's more of a turn on for me than just me being up under him all day long, because
Right.
I see him growing. Once you see your spouse grow, it sparks something in you that will cause you to level up and to grow too.
I agree. I definitely agree. And I'm like Marcus. That's my time at 4 a.m. I wake up like my body wakes up naturally. Anytime between 3:30 to 5. If I stay asleep until 6 o'clock, then I slept late. And so, and that's my time. I pray and I do whatever it is I feel I need to do by myself at that time. And I don't leave the bed. I don't get up. I don't move. I don't do anything. I do all of it just being completely, maybe that's meditation, but I'm completely still the whole time. I don't do anything. So he never knows. He never knows what I'm doing or what I have going on, but that's my me space. And to me, I feel like I'm totally alone in my space. I don't feel anybody else in that space.
I try to, I have my time in the morning after, because I wake up every morning at 6:30. Now, I'm going to tell you something crazy about me. My wife cannot leave the bed if I'm asleep. If she gets up and she's gone for more than about 3 minutes, I'm going to instantly wake up. And
I left the house like a thief in the night this morning. I kid you not. I know my sound did not wake him up. I just went to get donuts. It's right around the corner. And I felt in my soul that those donuts were needed at this morning. And they were hot. So I felt that we needed the donuts. And when I was right almost home, he was calling me. And I thought that was so hilarious. And that happens often. It happens often. I can be super quiet, leaving the bedroom and leaving the house, and he will still wake up when I'm not there.
Yeah. And then it's funny, but during the week when she goes to work, I wake up every morning when she starts getting ready to go to work. And I will walk her out to her car every morning. And whenever she leaves for work, we exchange I love yous, and I give her a kiss. And I'm telling you, you ever see, I don't run nowhere, but I will haul behind if she happens to leave out of the house before I get my I love you and my kiss. I will haul that baby down in the morning, half sleep, coal all in my eyes, glasses smudged up because I just fell asleep in them.
He sleeps in his glasses.
And
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you, I what break my sleep and will haul out outside, catch her so I can get that good morning. And that's just me. That's just something that I do. And after she leaves, then I have my me time until it's time for me to get ready to do what I got to do.
Right.
And so, that's the time where I game plan my businesses. What I'm gonna do. I get my schedule out. I line out my day. Okay, I got to do this, and this, and I get everything together, and I push through my day, and that's pretty much. So I know scheduling me time that has to be, and as long as one thing I realized about being an entrepreneur and being married to one is that we are better if we tend to each other, and if we tend to ourselves personally, and then come in collectively as the unit, and then from us being personally renewed, which renews the marriage and the core nucleus, we get on the same page, and then we push forward. So, hey.
Kim says only us real glasses wearers understand the sleeping in the glasses.
Oh my goodness.
And I do understand, because I would sleep in my glasses if I didn't sleep bad, but I do. So my glasses would be broken.
So, I'm not gonna lie.
His glasses are indestructible. That's why they're
out. Man, when I normally wear safety frames because most of the time, like when I get sleepy, I'm out, and so it don't matter where I'm at. If I'm late, if I get comfortable, and yes, I'm done. So
yeah, it's like a strap with my wife and her glasses. Like she'll go to bed with them on, but she won't wake up with them on her face because they're somewhere in the bed, and it's like you got to search around.
Yes.
She's like, where the glasses are.
Yes.
Yeah, they get lost.
Yes.
Don't feel bad because look, one morning we both lost our glasses.
Oh my gosh.
And now look, we both had to go. So we were going somewhere, and we both had to go, and so we was like, okay, look. Somebody got to find some glasses somewhere so we can get to where we
right. But the crazy thing, our prescription is the same. We can wear each other's glasses.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And see. And I've never in my life met another person that has the same prescription.
Wow. See, that was fake right there.
It really.
Yeah,
it really was. But it's amazing. It's an amazing thing. So my next question. It's a little bit of the same, but it's not exactly the same. So as far as when you're doing the together time, is it something that you do every day together?
I think that our together time it's got to a point where it's so organic that it just happens, and it does happen every day. Whether we're meditating in the morning, when I get up, or whether it's just going in the room and closing the door, and putting our little do not disturb sign on the door for the kids, and we just woo sign on the couch together in the room. But yeah, it does happen every day. A lot of times it happens late at night when we're just chilling in the garage, together, and and just talking just to make sure that we want to always keep that line of communication open, so that we leave less room for assumptions, because assumptions can get you in a whole lot of unnecessary stuff.
We all know about assumptions.
Absolutely. And I'm so sensitive. I'm a Pisces, so sensitive. So I always have to say, well, this is what you said, but this is what I heard. And so I have to say what I heard, because if I don't, then my feelings are going to be hurt for absolutely no reason. Because when I tell him what I heard, he's like, that is not what I said.
You know what? And it's funny because I'm a Leo. So there are I have moments in which where I'm just blunt. And if you catch me off guard and you ask me a question, most of the time I'm gonna shoot from the hip. So if you ask me a question, most of the time, and then I'm kind of long-winded, so I'll give you a very long answer. And now, mind you, we've had one conversation 4 times, just because I might have said it wrong or she heard it wrong. Not that
I heard it wrong.
Not that I said it wrong, but she heard it wrong.
Absolutely.
And then I have to go like, no. That's not what I said. Like Big Daddy on Django, that's not what I said. And I had to, okay, look, this is the reasoning behind why I said what I said. And if you take this, and this into consideration, this is probably why you caught it like that. But no, this is not. That's not. No, that's not even. That's nowhere close to what I even meant. Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes it's way.
Like way. Now sometimes it's not as off, and it's like oh, okay, baby, I might have said it wrong. My bad. This is what I meant. Now sometimes it's like way left, and I'm like, baby, huh? I've literally like had times in which where I was like, huh? Like, wait. Okay, I remember the conversation. I don't remember the conversation going that route. Period. And like, well, this is what I. And but it's about and then that's what we do. So a lot of times, it's like, okay, this is what I heard, or this is how I feel, and okay, but we have this thing where it's bring it to the table. We bring it to the table, we sit it at the table, we discuss it, and we come to a clear understanding. I don't care how many times we got to have the same conversation, because I rather the problem be completely fixed and then it be over with than to leave any hole around where there can be any type of doubt or any type of anything that could misconstrue it. And so once we get it lined out and it's airtight and it's okay, I know exactly what you meant. Okay, you know exactly what I was trying to convey, and it's vice versa. Okay, so this issue is solved, and next, and we just repeat the cycle, and we just and we just do that. Like what we do is every day we well, of course I'm a cook, but over dinner, we have dinner with each other every day, every night. And sometimes it's okay, hey boy, what you do with this? How did you fix this? But besides that, it's okay, look, this is the Phillips's time for us to, and it's sheer relationship over dinner. It's just straight relationship.
Right.
No business,
no work, no business.
No nothing is okay. Is marriage time, and we take that time every day to make sure that we have all bases covered, everything is lined out, and the communication is where it should be, and we continue on to the next day.
We're gonna take a really quick commercial break and come back with our wrap up.
Okay.
Are you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle but have less than perfect credit? Look no further than Mi Amigo Motors, offering in-house financing to help you build or reestablish your credit. All vehicles are put through a multi-point inspection, and their award-winning customer service and on-site service center will make your buying experience stress-free. I know you got your stimulus check and it's tax refund season, so stop by Mi Amigo Motors today at 9729 Long Point Road or give them a call at 832-548-5927 to reserve your appointment for their VIP approval. Again, that's 832-548-5927. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you. This show was sponsored in part by Houston's own multimedia mogul, Lysa the Boss Lady, motivational speaker, travel agent, sales consultant for Bye Bye Belly, Bedroom Candy, and Candy Coated Cosmetics, and coming soon, the co-host of the hot new talk show, Love and Entrepreneurship. If you're looking to start a business or you just need some inspiration, contact Lysa the Boss Lady. It's time to boss up in 2021. Follow her on Facebook and Instagram at Lysa the Boss Lady, or visit her website, LisaTheBossLady.com. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. So tell our guests where they can find you on social media. And I definitely want to tell them where they can find your book.
Oh, sure thing. So you can find us, find me online at LaFlowerBowie.com. You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram at our names, Marcus Bowie, LaFlower Bowie. We are revamping our real estate website, but that's Keelan Avenue, our property solutions.com. And I think that's it for now, right? Oh, and we can find the book on Amazon.
Awesome. I'm super excited for you guys. I'm super excited for all your projects you have going on. So if you've watched Love and Entrepreneurship before, you know we always have homework every single week. So this week's homework is a little bit easier. So the homework for this week is for you to not have a scheduled date night, but a spontaneous date night. And when you guys have your spontaneous date night, post it on Love and Entrepreneurship because we want to see where you went. We might steal your idea.
I mean, wait. Don't do me too bad though, bro.
I mean, we have spontaneous dates.
LaFlower likes horse and carriage rides and
Benihana
and
that's so often, guys. Like, we are super foodies, and that's one of our goals this month is to reduce how much spontaneous date night time we have. So we got. But since you guys gave us this as an assignment, baby, we just got to do it.
You have to do it. Take the sacrifice. Take one for the team.
Take one
for the team. Go to one of our favorite spots.
And you know what? As far as to help you curtail on the spontaneous date nights, if you get with me, I'll give you a couple of tips as far as cooking, and because it can actually be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And as a couple thing, like what if I'm in the kitchen, she not in the kitchen.
And if I'm in the kitchen, get out of my kitchen.
Yeah, pretty much. And so you know, I mean, though, you know, I spectate. Of course, I spectate. But me being the chef, you know, I of course I like to cook. But I can give you some things to kind of make things a little fun, and to, you know, help you maximize your budget.
And all the help I need.
And you know what? And honestly, there are certain foods that I would cook that would be considered date night.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if my wife come home and just think, your wife come home with some lobster tail and some. Don't worry, I got you, baby. I got you. Wife come home with some lobster tail, and see, I'm actually forecasting. I'm forecasting, but you know, you do some broiled lobster tails and stuff like that. You know, the high end elegant foods and comfort foods and stuff like that. You know, it sets the ambiance because I make a mean butter sauce, and you know, hey,
yeah, that's actually a great idea. Kim says spontaneity is fun. It absolutely is.
It really
absolutely. Absolutely.
So do you guys have a final thought for us to wrap us up?
No, you got something. Love and Entrepreneurship. What you got?
Oh, wow. I put me on the spot. Man, I just want to play. What you got there? Go ahead. And I'll
I would say don't have fear when it comes to love and entrepreneurship. I know it may seem scary, but just give it a try. Jump out there, take that leap, take that jump, because as long as you guys are open and communicating then there's nothing that you can't do together. It's like the possibilities are truly endless as long as you know that you are guarding each other's heart and that you're putting yourselves, your relationship first before the bag. Put love before the bag. That's the second thing. You got one more thing?
Just be supportive in everything.
Yes.
Just that's just my biggest thing is just being supportive. Because like I said, my thing is sometimes you don't have that entrepreneur eye yet, but through the other person's hustle, through your spouse's hustle, their drive and determination, believe me, it will turn you on. Especially if you start seeing the fruits of their labor, it's gonna cause you to like, hey, what can I do? Do you need me to help you post this? Do you need me to talk to this person? Do I need to make this phone call? So it's like you win that person over. You bring your spouse around with your hustle, with the fruits that you bring. So my biggest thing is just being supportive all the way across. So
Absolutely. That's amazing. And that's a big word right there, being supportive, because it's mandatory. You must be supportive, even if it's not entrepreneurial. You must be supportive of, just love, period. That's what love entails.
Yeah, and Lord knows, she's still getting used to the amount of support that I give her
I am.
because I'm like I said, I'm a Leo, so we all in. So I'm right there, front runner, and hey.
So thank you guys so much for coming. We enjoyed you. We enjoyed what you had to say. I knew you was gonna bring a word. So we are super glad and excited, and we'll be looking forward to what you guys have in store for us next. Kim says, great advice, great show. Thank you so much, Kim, for always tuning in and supporting. Kim is a big supporter, y'all. She is our biggest
yeah, thanks,
cheerleader.
Cam.
So with that being said, remember your homework. Your homework is a spontaneous date night. And when you go on your spontaneous date night, then post where you went, post your date night picture on Love and Entrepreneurship so we can see what you did. So happy Sunday, and thank you guys so much for tuning in.